All right, guys, another Q&A. So I got a question, which is it's a good one and an interesting one. Is Nick, how many years of training does it take to become a self-defense expert or trainer? But before we answer, guys, what I'm basically doing on my YouTube channel now are Q&As. So if you have any questions, self-defense, fitness, or maybe lifestyle questions, leave them in the comment box and I will make a video response for you. As well as all my new self-defense content and videos are up in my website, nickjoseph.com, as well as I have my level 1 instructor course, April 11 and 12 here in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Spaces are limited to 8 people. So we had 5. I got somebody registering yesterday, so there's only 4 spaces left. If you're interested, go visit my website, nickjoseph.com. Now, it's a great question. How many years does it take? Now, I like to base myself more on experience through my teachings and more or less everything I do in life, whether it's coaching. I like to share my personal, what I've done, what's worked for me to get to where I am. So I've been teaching for 20 years now. I started teaching when I was 23 and I'm 43. So 20 years of my life has been dedicated to fitness and self-defense training. Obviously, I spent many years training myself, and then I started teaching. Actually, what happens is when you start teaching, you start learning even better. When you start teaching, you become a better instructor. The process happens much quicker. Now, to answer the question, how many years? I don't like putting a time frame to it. I don't want to say, oh, it's going to take you 10,000 hours, because that's the rule of thumb. 10,000 hours of doing something, you become an expert. Great. I know somebody that spent about 8,000 hours learning self-defense, and he knows fuck all about self-defense. It's mostly just theory, right? So the amount of hours that you put in training doesn't necessarily make you an expert. It's not the quality, but the quantity that counts. So somebody who maybe spent 5 years learning self-defense, but worked in security, worked in clubs, experienced some kind of experience. I'm repeating the word, some kind of real life experience in his training as well as in his teaching, is better than, to me, somebody who trained for 20 years just basically basing himself on theory. So the amount of years or the amount of hours is irrelevant to the amount of experience that you have. Now, it's a combination of both. As an instructor, and people call me an expert, I call myself an expert. It's quote unquote, because most experts are self-made. Experts are made through other people's words, saying, wow, this guy's good at what he is, he's an expert. I call myself an expert not because of the amount of hours that I've put, not because of the experience, but more from what other people have said and have qualified me and have said that, wow, you're one of the top in your industry and what you're doing. So I consider myself an expert in those, through most of you watching the videos and telling me, well, what you do is good, it's real. So some of that is based as well on people's perspective and the feedback I've gotten back. So to answer the question, how many years is it going to take? So this is a little bit what I would say in terms of the process is spend 2-5 years working on your craft, learning, working with different instructors, challenging yourself, being open-minded, then going out and working in the field of security, whether it's, in a nightclub, a bar, at events, even a shopping mall, whatever it is, and to get to actually experience some kind of real altercations or scenarios or quote unquote attacks that might happen, that then you can use that as a source for you to be able to start teaching. So then you take your training, you take your experience, and you try to combine them as close as possible together, try to put them together, merge them, and start building from there your expertise or quote unquote experience and start building your own system of what worked for you. Start with that. Start by saying what worked for me and build your self-defense system from what's worked for you, and then start branching it out to how it can help other people. Through my years, my self-defense, my system has evolved, as well as myself as an instructor. And the way I used to teach at 25, 30, 35, and 40 are different. I'm also training different type of clients. At 40 years old, I'm training clients who are between 40 and 60. The 60-year-old doesn't want to go in the ring and do MMA. The 50-year-old woman doesn't want to learn, how to take a guy down and put him in an armbar. She wants to learn how to avoid a fight, how to be aware, how to de-escalate, how to basically attack and get out. So my training has also evolved and changed, and what I focus on more and more has changed as well into my self-defense quote-unquote system. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave me in the comment box what you guys think about the video you just saw. If you have other questions that you'd like me to cover, as well as, guys, go visit my website, nickjoseph.com. This Friday, the 15th, we're launching my website. We're launching a brand new library, and exclusive videos that I've never done before are going to be in there. Brand new fight analysis, combat training, self-defense videos for women, my kids program for kids, as well as my instructor course is going to be April 11 and 12 here in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Spaces are limited. Whether you're a beginner and you just want to attend the seminar, whether you're already an instructor and just wants to learn new stuff and just expand your repertoire or learn new drills, or maybe you just want to come and train, it's open to all of you. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I want to thank you guys for watching. Stay safe and stand strong.